ممتاز هلا مصطفى يا
Okay.
شكلك مرتب فراس don't worry على الأبدة looking good.
Yeah.
بلش ها؟ اوكي خلينا نبلش.
Other people?
تحكي لي حنان إذا بدها تعمل برودكاست.
بس هو في بيكون شوية قلق.
And then you want to start broadcasting?
Yes, I started.
You started already?
Yes.
So can Mustafa start?
Yes.
don't worry على الأبدة looking good.
عادة ولا؟
Excuse me.
عادة الجنة ولا؟
Okay. Hello everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar about Palestine's IT sector capabilities and opportunities. And a warm good morning for our US attendees. And thank you for joining this webinar, and thank you for being with us today. My name is Mustafa Deeb. I'm the ICT tech lead in the Complete project. This project is funded by the United States Agency of International Development, and we are the largest US government support to the Palestinian Authority for the private sector. Today we want to talk about our webinar about Palestine's sector. Today we're going to talk about the Palestinian ICT sector, and we're going to give you an idea about what do you have here in the ecosystem. And to learn more about this, today I have with me Mr. Tariq Maya, the CEO of Exalt Technologies, Mr. Murad Tahboub, CEO of Asal Technologies, Mr. Firas Nasser, CEO and co-founder of 8bits, and Mohammed Musleh, the Business Development Manager at PITA, which is the Palestinian Information Technology Association. And to start, if you're joining the Hangout, if you have any questions, please use the chat group, or you can use our hashtag GloPal on Twitter. I would like to start with a question to Mr. Tariq Maya. Tariq, how do you describe the current situation of the ICT industry in Palestine?
Okay, I think it's important when we I'm going to repeat because I think I got muted by someone who's administering the event. I think it's important when we speak about the ICT sector is to describe the various activities that exist in Palestine. And to me, I think the most important activity is the kind of work that leads to the creation of high-value jobs for our engineers in technological areas such as software development and similar activities. I think by all means the industry is currently in its infancy. We have just started, but definitely we are starting with a huge potential, and we have demonstrable successes that we have been able to achieve over the past few years. So currently we have a good number of companies operating in this field that have been able to land a lot of contractual software development projects with international companies all over the globe. And most of these projects have been executed successfully, and we seem to be heading in the direction of being acknowledged by the work community as a proper outlet for software development and even other technological high-tech type of activities. Now, the sector currently employs just under 2,000 engineers who are working on high-quality type of jobs, while at the same time we have our universities graduating just under 2,000 engineers in technology and computer-related disciplines. What this means probably is that we have a huge opportunity. Of course, for the local economy, it's a challenge because we need to find and be able to create jobs that will absorb all of these new graduates. But at the same time, for the industry, it's in a way an opportunity that we can use. And we've seen a good number of multinationals starting operations in Palestine, mainly through contractual work with our local Palestinian companies. But this definitely has given these companies an edge and given the ability to tap a pool of human resources that otherwise was untapped.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Tariq. Right now, I would like to ask Mr. Murad Tahboud. Can you please describe the skill sets that is available now among the Palestinian engineers?
Can you repeat
Okay,
that?
Murad, yes, do you want me to ask the question again?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the human factor is the most important factor in scaling the ICT industry in Palestine. So I would like to ask you if you could please describe the current skill sets that is available right now among the Palestinian engineers, and what are the area where you think we can excel?
Well, this is a very, broad question because the technical skills of the Palestinian engineer, first of all of the 2,000 engineers that Tariq has mentioned have passed a minimum of a bachelor degree of 4 years or 5 years university studying. So we're not mentioning also the type of college graduates who are 2 years, who took 2 years of college. So basically, in the curricula of the universities, it's a well-known accredited curricula that any students of those universities, by the way, we have 11 universities in West Bank and Gaza, accredited universities in West Bank and Gaza, that any student of them can finish their master's or graduate studies in any university in the world. So the basic generic skills of basic algorithm, object-oriented programming, programming languages like Java, C++, and others. All of them are taken. Web technologies, mobile technologies are all taken at the universities in all West Bank and Gaza. Now, in terms of soft skills, also, we try in the companies and in the universities to accommodate that area in terms of project management. What makes Palestine an interesting place for U.S. companies to work with, that we have a lot of the Palestinians living in the diaspora, especially in the U.S. And most of them, they have worked in U.S. companies, large or small or multinational level companies. So when they come back with project management skills and work standards that are eligible for U.S. and other international companies. Couple that with a generic good technical output from the universities, then you have, and the cost effectiveness of the Palestinian engineer versus an international, in specific, a Western European or a U.S. engineer, that makes an lucrative option for U.S. companies to look at Palestine and put it on their radar for software development, QA, and validation services, and R&D, of course.
Okay. Thank you, Murad. This is a very good answer. Before I go to Muhammad, I would like Murad and Tariq to talk about, very briefly, talk about their experience with working with the multinational companies, Exalt and Asal are the leading software companies in Palestine, and they have more than 10 years of experience in developing software projects. Can you please give us, tell us briefly, what's your experience working with the multinationals in Palestine?
Certainly. Look, when talking about working with multinationals, I think we need to tackle this issue from two dimensions. The first is that there is definitely a valuable learning process that the company goes through in terms of learning the culture and the methods and processes that such big companies run by. Now, this helps our companies better themselves and become capable of providing services at the highest level and with a quality that is on par with any other software development activity. At the same time, I think the other dimension that we need to look at is that the level of success that we have provided and that we have demonstrated simply tells the whole world that a lot can be done here. And in reference to the earlier question with regards to the situation of the sector at the moment, I think this relationship proves that we have the ability to work at an international level and have the ability to expand at the moment, given that we have true cases to show the whole world about how effective and productive our sector is. So generally speaking, this is an enriching experience, and I think it helps us jumpstart, it has helped us jumpstart the industry, but at the same time, it's going to help us also leap forward and be able to develop the sector further.
I think, at least for my company, Asal Technologies, we wanted to work with multinationals to have a high target or high standard target to demonstrate to the rest of the market that if we're capable as Palestinians to work with multinationals who are working with different locations all over the world, and they saw as Palestine and our companies as a good option to work with, then we have covered more than 50% of the credibility issue working with a Palestinian entity. This was a side product that we wanted to have in the investment we did by working with multinationals. We're working with large US companies like Cisco, Microsoft, Intel, HP. We're working with European companies in Switzerland and in Germany. We're working in Gulf and Arab countries. And it was in the beginning a testing model. Like, okay, you tell us that you have good industry. They gave us a pilot project for a period of time. Then when they saw the quality of the work coupled with a good cost effectiveness, they started to enlarge the team. Then they saw everything is available. When they go through their checklist of choosing a partner in terms of infrastructure, in terms of cost, in terms of technical expertise, in terms of project management, English language, scalability of resources, all of that they have found in Palestinian companies, in my company in specific. So after that, it was an easier way to talk to other US companies and international companies. I'm done.
And I would like to talk to Mohammed Muslih so that Mohammed would give us a description about Peter's strategy for developing the Palestinian ICT companies to help them expand into international market and flourish in the local market here. So
I want to thank everyone on this webinar. I want to thank Tariq, Murad, Mustafa, and Firas for being here. And I want to also thank the people who are listening to this webinar, as we believe that the Palestinian IT sector has a lot of room for growth. PITA has been really the engine behind some of and a lot of the activities that are happening in the high-tech industry in Palestine. We have been taking a very, very robust approach in dealing with the industry and in growing the industry. Last year, we have launched the 3-year private IT sector strategy that focuses on growing the sector, focusing on supporting the companies, focusing on the education, and branding Palestine as a country. All these elements I have discussed, supported by a strong diaspora network, we believe would be a great and an important catalyst to the growth of the Palestinian IT sector. Under the enterprise development pillar in our strategy, we're trying to work with our Palestinian companies to help them grow their capacities, increase their capacities in terms of training of technical and non-technical issues. We are working with our companies and the universities to ensure that the products of these universities are aligned with the needs of the companies that are really going globally, like Tariq's and Murad's and Firas's companies, that they really truly understand what we're trying to work to universities to transfer that need to them. We're launching a training program that will train 100 fresh students in the next 6 months, and hopefully this would be a very important catalyst for the quality of our students. The other pillar that we really need the support of our diaspora and our Palestinians around the world, it's branding Palestine. Sometimes we have this problem that the first thing that people think about when they think about Palestine is the conflict, the political situation here. We need to change this perception and to ensure that that everyone understands that Palestine is open for business. We have this pool of talent that can supply the global demand for IT, and I think that's our diaspora and people who are listening to this webinar can be a very important ambassadors for Palestine to change this perception. The underpinning pillar that is supporting everything here is GloPal, or the Palestinian Global IT Network. We currently have around 150 people who are members of GloPal. The majority are high net value individuals who are interested in making money in Palestine and helping Palestine also grow. So I hope that everyone who listens to this webinar, who is interested in growing professionally and in supporting Palestine, I hope that they all would join GloPal, as this network is going to be a very, very important item in growing this sector. Again, I want to thank everyone on this webinar, and I give the mic back to Mustafa.
Thanks, Mohammed, for giving us a description about PITA. PITA, the important partner and player for the complete project, and working together with PITA has been and for years to come will continue in order to improve the situation of the ICT sector. Right now, I would like to talk a little bit about innovation, and for this, we have today Firas Nasser. Firas Nasser, he used to be the CEO and the president of a software development company, and he decided to quit his job and create his own startup. His startup name is 8-Bits. So, Firas, why don't you tell us about your experience? Why did you do that?
Certainly, thank you, Mustafa. First, I'd actually like to step back a couple of years. 2 years ago, I was living in Toronto, Canada, and after seeing the sort of the progress in the IT sector, the business sector in general, decided to move back to Palestine after 5 years in Canada. And I'm happy to say after 2 years here that I'm very happy with the decision we made. And to be honest, the main reason I came back was opportunity. I saw that there's an opportunity here. There are many, many new businesses opening up. Palestine was being opened up to new markets. There was a huge potential for many software and IT companies to expand both regionally and globally. So that's basically what happened 2 years ago. I was lucky and very fortunate that as soon as I arrived here, I landed a job as president of iConnect Tech, a software outsourcing company. And I spent 2 great years with iConnect, and with it I've traveled to the US, to Canada, to Europe, promoting both the company, its services, and the Palestinian IT sector. And I can say that in the past 2 years, let me just grab my thoughts. Yeah, so I spent 2 years with iConnect. After iConnect, I've learned a lot. I found that outsourcing is a great tool, honestly, for the Palestinian sector. It helps create and give exceptional technical skills to the software developers, to the development team that are building these applications, whether they're desktop applications, web applications, mobile applications, you name it. And second, it's also been very successful in opening up Palestine to the world and making Palestine recognizable as a place for IT, a place for software, a place for innovation. Outsourcing is great, but after 2 years, I decided to start my own business, and that's creating 8-Bits. And the reason we created 8-Bits is because we wanted a innovative solution for nonprofits. We started several months ago, me and a colleague of mine, and set up the company. And we're very fortunate to find that there's a lot of need for the service. There's a lot of acceptance for Palestinian IT companies and startups. One of the things I want to mention, and I'm seeing this more and more, and I think mainly because of outsourcing, is that one of the things that I saw 5 or 10 years ago in Palestine is a lack of exposure to the global market, and that's one of the things that outsourcing is again bringing to Palestine. Developers, project managers, team leaders, or presidents are seeing that there's opportunity. They're seeing more and more problems that are facing companies worldwide, and they're trying to find solutions for these companies through either outsourcing or creating their own startups to provide innovation.
Thank you, Firas, very much for telling us about your experience in building a startup in the Palestinian ecosystem. And I guess right now we are at the Q&A segment. So if you're watching this and you have any questions to us, you can reach us through the chat on. Can you hear me? No?
Yes, I hear you very well.
Yeah. You can send us questions on the group chat, or you can use the Twitter hashtag to send us questions. And we'll have our guests here answer the questions for you. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we have no questions at this point, so I would like to wrap it up. This video, of course, will be available on YouTube. If you would like to know more about joining GloPal and join the project, or even contact Palestinian companies, you can go to www.global.ps. And the PETA team, of course, will answer any question or clarify anything that you want. Right now, I would like to thank our guests, Tariq, Murad, and Firas, and Muhammad.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you in the next webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.